Production design means designing what's going on in front of the camera. So here's an example from the movie Say Anything that I use all the time to explain production design. Look at those pans that are hanging on the left side of the screen. Do you notice anything unusual about them? What happens every time they open those cupboard doors? The pan, it would bang against the wall, it'd probably fall off pretty regularly, but you see that kind of design in movies all the time. Things are put somewhere that they'd be completely impractical for real life, but they look good. They fill the frame and they help make the shot look composed. And that's what we're going to look at, is filling the frame. How do you make the frame look full, but not too full? So there are a couple things that can help. One, keep your subject from sitting too close to the wall if you can. If you can open up that space behind them, it lets the background just fade into the background and it naturally will fill the frame. And if you have your character sit on an angle to the background, it also creates some dimension behind them, which will usually make the shot look more interesting. Putting a corner behind them can give you depth, and it can also frame your subject at the same time. I'll also look for artwork, bookshelves, things on tables, anything that can make the frame look full. This is one of my least favorite examples here. For a number of interviews, we got stuck in this kind of lousy room. It had lots of tables and chairs strewn around. It just looked ugly at every angle, so we used the mirror and the piano as the background. And then from another room, we added some books on top of the piano just to help fill it in. I was never happy with how it looked, but sometimes you're stuck with what you got, and you make the best of it that you can. Now, as you're thinking about the shot, remember, the audience is only going to see what's actually in the camera frame. So here's a behind the scenes shot of where I'm recording these videos. This is my home office that I share with my wife. I actually realized showing you this space might be a learning opportunity when I looked down at the ground while I was recording one of these and I saw my daughter's pants lying on the ground in front of me. I hadn't noticed them or really even thought about them until I was in the middle of recording because they weren't in the frame, so why bother? I'm pretty used to my kids' stuff being thrown around the house, so if it's not in the shot, it's not a problem. The shot itself looks clean and natural. And one final note, it's very possible to change the look of a shot in different angles of the same space or the same room. Here's a video with some high school students that were all shot in the principal's office. It was really the only quiet and isolated space that we had, so we just moved to a new angle with every interview, and it gives each interview its own look without having to completely move to a new room with each new subject. Notice each shot still uses the elements in the room to fill the frame and frame around them, but each looks just different enough to give each interview its own look. Production design. It's what's in front of the camera. It's equally, if not more important than what's going on in the camera, and hopefully some of these tips will help you step up the look of your interviews.